Hey, welcome back to another episode of Soulful Sundays with Madge. If you are new to this channel, my name is Madge, and I want to thank you all for supporting the channel. While on this journey with me, we will discuss challenges that come up at different times in our life and how our perspective can be a great tool in helping us to overcome so many obstacles that we face day to day. And as always, if you like what you receive, feel free to hit that like button. You can leave a comment below. Ring the bell to subscribe to the channel. This way, each week when I upload, you will receive notification. And if you ever have any questions, you can always email me at askmadge18@gmail.com. I feel a little shiny, excuse me. With that being said, other than me thinking I look a little shiny, we're going to go ahead and get into this week's topic, which is push through the pain. So, what does pushing through the pain look like, feel like? What is that like for you? So what I can say is 2020 has been a continuous push, a push through so much, so many pains. I'm sure you have lost things in 2020, and I'm sure that you've also gained some things as well in 2020. But one of the tools or the sayings that I say to myself that helps me to push through the pain and to continue moving forward in 2020 is that I am not what happened or happens to me, but I am everything that I choose to be. So things happen to us, but that does not mean that that has to define who we are and what we are going to be and how we show up for ourselves and how we show up in our lives and the lives of those that are connected to us. So that's something that I believe that you can keep with you as you go on this journey, as you finish out 2020, as we finish out 2020, is that things happen all the time. Things happen that may discourage us, that hurts us, but by and by we can get through, and we are always going to be who we choose to be, who we tell ourselves we are. And that is what's going to help us as we push through the pains of life, onward and upward, as I like to say. We don't always understand why things come up, why they come against us. But you know what I say? God, I don't understand. Maybe you'll show me, maybe you won't, but I'm still going to do good anyway. That is a decree that we can speak into our lives. We don't understand. We may not get the answers to some of the things that show up in our lives that are unpleasant, that leave us feeling like, why did that happen? Don't know. It may not be for me to know, but God, I'm going to do good anyway. This is the stuff that we can say in our lives. How can we continue to push through the pain? So for me, and maybe for you, and this could possibly be something that if you're not practicing right now, that you think about practicing now and think about practicing it going into 2021. What are the promises? What are promises that God has made in your life? What has been revealed to you of who you are by your higher power, your spiritual self? What is it that you are looking to manifest in your life? I feel that having those expectancies of the good, having that faith, believing in what's not seen, believing in what you're hoping for, even though it's not seen, but just knowing that it can show up. I think that truly does help with us pushing through the pain. I think sometimes we wanna in our lives, okay, how do I wanna say it how I'm thinking. I think sometimes in our lives, we want to know everything, right? We want to know how everything is going to be, how everything is going to play out. And sometimes us wanting to know so much is what can leave us sometimes feeling debilitated when things don't necessarily go the way we thought they should have gone, or we don't see how it's going to work itself out. But let's think about it like this, guys. I don't know about you, but me, I get in my car, whether you turn the key or you push the start. We expect that when we get in our car and we turn our key or when we push the start, that the car is going to start and it's going to take us to a destination. We have an expectancy that this is going to happen. And it does. So I feel like with our lives, we have to do the same thing, even though we may be detoured, even though we may have pains in life. What are the promises in your life? What has God revealed to you and shown you that you can just wake up every day with an expectancy that no matter what shows up, there are promises on my life. Whatever shows up, whatever pain, I know that I can get through it. I have the tools within me. I have the strength within me to take this on, and not only take it on, but be a better person from it, be victorious in it. Because once again, guys, we are not what happens to us, but we are everything that we choose to believe. We are everything that we say we are. So who are you? And what I can tell you is this. For so many years, I had no idea who I was. If someone would have asked me, who are you, Majesty? I would have said I'm a mom. At one point in time, I would have said I'm a wife. At one point in time, I would have said I work in this industry. It would have been titles, roles, and purposes. But when I started, well, it's more now. But when I started last year, just spending 10 minutes a day in quiet time, complete silence, and asking my Creator, God, your higher power, your source, your higher self, whoever or whatever that looks like to you, to just start speaking into me. Tell me, who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? That's when I started to have promises, revelation, possibilities show up into my life. And that is what has fueled me. That's what fuels me to keep going, even when circumstances happen that seem undesirable. I'm like, God, I thank you anyways. I don't know why that happened like that, but I thank you anyway. I know that you're working it out for my greater good. I know that there's going to be some good from this, and I expect the good to be on the other side. See, I have an expectancy that no matter what happened to me, it happened out. It happened for my greater good. I expect it to be working out in my favor. And that is how we got to start thinking, y'all, that allows us to push through the pain. Say, I expect it to have some pain. I expect it to have some sorrow, but I believe it's working for my greater good. And it's because I started just devoting 10 minutes in silence, in complete silence. Y'all, week to week, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. But because God told me to do this, God told me that this is what is being asked of me to do. I expect that when I go into my meditation and I say, what am I going to speak about this week? What do we need to talk about this week? I expect that I'm going to get a message to give to you. I expect that I'm going to have something to talk about, something that we can learn from, something that I can share. And so this is what happens when we start spending time with ourselves, just quieting ourselves and going to the source, going to our Creator and saying, who am I? What am I supposed to be doing here? You're going to be so amazed if you start this practice, just 10 minutes a day, just being quiet, and what can be revealed to you and shown to you of who you are. And if you can trust it and you can step out in faith and believe in all the greatness that you have on the inside of you, I'm trying to tell you, when the pain comes, you're going to be able to push right through it. You're going to keep pushing because you know that you have some promises. You're going to expect that there is some good. You know there's good. You know there's more to come. And so when those things happen in life, they're going to seem like a little molehill, not a mountain. And sometimes it might feel like a mountain. But even if you feel like it's a mountain, you're going to know that if this mountain showed up in my life, it means that I have the capacity to overcome it, to climb it, and to be on top of it. Being serious, y'all. Remember I told y'all last month I had a lawyer retainer fee to come up with, and also my car, something happened on it that needed to get fixed. Oh, and then my warranty was up. And I clearly had no idea. We're talking about, like, I don't know, potentially maybe $6,000 to come up with in like 30 days. I had no idea. But you know what? I said, God, I trust. I believe in you. I believe that if I say that this is an abundant universe, you want me to prosper, you want me to have an abundant life, I'm going to expect that just because I don't know how it's going to happen doesn't mean that it can't happen. My car is fixed. I got a warranty. My warranty that expired, I got a new one on my car. Lawyer has been taken care of. And guess how much energy I spent worrying about it? None. I expected that my creator was going to be on my side, was going to help me through this. And I didn't know how, because that's not my business all the time to know the how. But what I can do is I can trust. And so that is what I want for you all to know, is that we all have pains. I have pains. Whether I make it look like I don't, I want you to know I have pains. I go through things. I cry sometimes. I wonder why certain things have happened in my life. But I say, you know what, God? I don't always have all the answers, and I know you do, and you may share it with me. You may not. But I'm going to do good anyway, because I know that if I can just continue to do good, continue to be better, those pains that felt like pains, they're not going to feel so much like pains anymore, because it's very hard for you to think high thoughts and expect good and to be reflecting on pains at the same time. It's either going to be one or the other, but one is going to slowly subside while one is going to just continue to increase. So we just have to ask ourselves, which one do we want to feed? And so that is how we can push through our pains. One is, the key is, go to your creator. Go to who you believe in. I believe in God, your higher power, whoever, whatever you believe in. Start spending 10 minutes a day just meditating, quieting yourself, no phones, no nothing, and go into it with the expectancy to find answers. Who are you? Why are you here? What are the promises that you have on your life? Because I'm trying to tell you, once you start to know more of who you are and more of what your capabilities are, and revelation starts to happen in your life, you are going to be able to push through more things than you would have ever imagined. So, with that, I'm going to leave us with a quote by Layla Gifty Akita. And it reads, "Challenges are part of life. We weaken our spirit when we act in fear and lose hope. But we strengthen our spirit when we strengthen our spirit when we fearlessly, with faith and hope, rise up to meet and conquer the challenges." So let's remember that, y'all. One, let's find out what our purpose is. Why are we here? Let's get some promises in our lives, some things that we are going to expect to show up. How and when? None of our business. But we're going to have an expectancy that there is so much in us. There is so much for us to do. Our purpose is beyond what we're going through in life. That when things show up and happen, we're going to be able to push through, because we're going to know that that is not everything, that there's so much more. And that pain or whatever showed up is just preparation. It's something that we need to experience that's going to help us, that's going to strengthen us, that's going to make us a little bit more stronger, that's going to deepen our roots and our faith that much more. And when we get to the other side, a lot of times the stuff that we think was put in our path to destroy us, we're going to be praising God. Like, wow, look at how I've grown from that. Had that not happened, I wouldn't have had this or that. So, let's just push through our pain, y'all. We can acknowledge it. We can feel it. But let's just know that it's not the whole picture, because we're going to have an expectancy of good, expectancy of more. So I thank you so much for tuning in another week with me, and I want you to take care and stay blessed.